North Korea fired an artillery barrage near two South Korean border islands, Seoul's defense ministry said, prompting a live-fire drill by the South's military. Residents of the two islands were ordered to evacuate to shelters, and ferries were suspended amid one of the most serious military escalations on the peninsula since Pyongyang fired shells at one of the islands in 2010. North Korea's military said it had conducted a naval live-fire drill as a natural countermeasure against South Korean threats, according to a statement on the official Korean Central News Agency. Seoul's defense ministry said the rival military fired more than 200 rounds of artillery shells near Yeonpyeong and Bangneong, two sparsely populated islands situated just south of a de facto maritime border between the two sides. It said the shells landed in a buffer zone created under a 2018 tension-reducing deal, which fell apart in November after the North launched a spy satellite. Resuming artillery fire in the buffer zone is a provocative act that threatens peace on the Korean peninsula and escalates tensions, Seoul's defense minister Shin Won-sik said. In response, Seoul's military will take immediate, strong, and final retaliation. We must back peace with overwhelming force, he added. North Korea's military warned Seoul should not commit a provocation under the pretext of so-called counteraction. It threatened the North would show tough counteraction on an unprecedented level. It said the shells fired did not even have an indirect effect on Bangneong and Yeonpyeong. Pyongyang's major ally and benefactor China called for restraint from all sides, while the United States urged North Korea to end its destabilizing actions and return to diplomacy. Yeonpyeong, which has around 2,000 residents, is about 115 kilometers west of Seoul. Bangneong, with a population of 4,900, is about 210 kilometers west of Seoul. Local officials said residents had been told to evacuate to shelters as a preventative measure ahead of the South Korean military drill. The order was lifted hours later, South Korea's news agency reported. In November, Seoul partially suspended the 2018 military accord to protest Pyongyang's putting a spy satellite into orbit. The North then scrapped the deal completely. Kim called for the ramping up of missile launcher production given the prevailing grave situation that requires the country to be more firmly prepared for a military showdown with the enemy.